The biggest go-to for a narcissist to feel, the biggest, most used tactic of a narcissist to feel like they're the puppet master and that they're able to pull your strings, right? Each finger has a string and they're able to just go like this and make you move however they want, is the push and pull, or some call it running hot and cold. So you're gonna see this especially if you're around a large group of new people and you're meeting all of them at the same time, because they're all gonna share with you that smile and that try to make that first good impression on you and try to show you a lot of attention, and they'll be using your first name a lot, addressing you in that way. But then you'll notice some of them already by like the second, third, or fourth time they see you, walking right past you without even turning to say hello, with a look like this on their face. Stubbing you as clearly and making it as pronounced and obvious as possible. Why would they do that? It's to get you to ask that very same question I just posed. Why would they do that? So now you're kind of off kilter. You're not so firmly planted with your feet firmly on the ground anymore. It's like they gave you a left hook and you're kind of stumbling back, going, why did they just hit me in the jaw? I thought that person liked me. Did I say something to someone that could have got back to them, that could have been perceived as negative or gossiping? And now you're like questioning and you can't think of anything. So now the next time you see them, you're going to be kind of wary. Kind of like, how should I play this? How are they going to treat me now? And then they come up and they act really nice to you. So you're like, oh, good, nothing to worry about. That last time, maybe they didn't see me. I don't know how they couldn't have seen me, but maybe they were deep in their thoughts. Anyways, just forget it, write it off. But then it happens again. So you're like, am I doing something to upset this person? I purposely made sure I didn't say anything about this person, good or bad, to anyone after that first time. I'm doing something to upset this person. And I'm new at this place, this community, this environment, this workplace, this apartment complex. And she seems to have a lot of acquaintances and friends. So I better watch my P's and Q's about this around this person. Look at how much time and energy they've now got me to waste thinking about my interactions with the person, my interactions with other people where she may have been the topic of conversation, and maybe someone lied on me and said I said something about them I didn't say. So they've got you off kilter. You're not firmly planted on the ground anymore. In a fight, like a boxing match, that's the main thing you want, is you don't want the guy to have a nice wide stance and firmly planted on the ground. If you can get him off kilter and kind of a little bit with his center of gravity a little bit over his front foot, not right above it, then all it takes is a little jab and he's going down. Because his center mass is not right where it should be, right between the 2 feet. His center mass is a little bit 15, 20 degrees off of where it should be. So now just a quick jab and he's stumbling and going down eventually. And you've earned a lot of points. You will have won that round. And so they want to keep you off kilter, just like in a boxing match, because now they can say something that others wouldn't even perceive as a put down or negative, and you're going down. That's that covert style of abuse, right? I want to get them to the point of where I can just say the littlest thing about them, like a backhanded compliment, like, wow, you can make that, you're able to make that look good. Like, and then you're thinking, well, so most people wouldn't be able to make this look good. What's wrong with it? Get you thinking again, off kilter. Those backhanded compliments are so common. So that hot and that cold, it got me in trouble once because I was someone said, gosh, this person is always so like mean towards me. They seem angry with me all the time. And I just, whatever, kind of stored that in my memory. And then, like, several months later, the person said, oh, you know what? They're not acting like that to me anymore. They're acting really kind of sweet and nice to me now. And just out of concern for this person, I said, well, be careful because this person runs kind of hot and cold. And then, like, the very next day, I saw this person and he fully snubbed me, gave me the cold shoulder, walked right past me with that arrogant look, like, I'm not even going to look at you. And then I went back to this first person and was like, did you share what I told you about this person? Because I was only saying that out of your concern for your well-being. Because it's been my experience, he runs hot and cold. I'm forgetting that he does this to me all the time, that he runs hot and cold. And now this person stopped talking to me, and the other person is still playing this game of running hot and cold. So it can cause a lot of weird dynamics. It can cause a lot of people to think, did I say something to this person that this person ran and told that person, and that's why they snubbed me like that? Because also, I had another friend, another acquaintance, and whenever he saw me as like a hub of a community, and whenever someone would snub him, he would then snub me. And, I would ask him, he'd get really dramatic and angry, and I'd be like, why are you treating me like this? And he would tell me straight out, well, because this person snubbed me. I'd be like, what does that have to do with me? And this person was like so kind of paranoid that he thought that anytime someone kind of treated him cold, gave him the cold shoulder, or snubbed him, he would think it's because I said something negative about him to that person. So it is a very, very easy tactic to employ. It doesn't take any level of intelligence. You either turn on the hot faucet or you turn on the cold. It's that simple. And it can have these huge negative effects on not just you and that person, but even like a rock being thrown in a pond where the waves reverberate all the way out to the edges of the pond. It can have that same kind of effect where it's causing other people to think, I said something about this person to Janie in confidence the other day, and Janie must have ran and told that person. So it causes all kinds of, it's the simplest, easy, abusive tactic to employ with some of the biggest ramifications. And so the unintelligent NPD, or toxic person, is going to always rely on that one, running hot and cold. God bless you. Have a good day.